Hi, my friends. Welcome to 2026. I'm so excited to be here with you all today. Um, and if you have noticed, sorry, a shift in my podcast, maybe the podcast cover is a little different. There's a new picture on there, and we have a new name. So I'm so excited for this. I've been feeling this the last year for sure. Like I wanted this change and this shift. And the title came to me, and now I'm just really excited to put it out there for you guys. So excited. So, Soar season, nurture herself in perimenopause is just, it calls to me. It really calls to me. So, as you may or may not know, I am way, way deep into perimenopause. So I really have learned so much about it and just really want to bring these conversations to the table and have these conversations here in the podcast be centered around that and what we can do to make this season easier, right? The podcast is still everything to do with nurturing yourself because we need to do that no matter which age or season we're in. That is the key, is nurturing yourself. This podcast is still all about sharing stories because truly I feel like that's how we learn, how we stay connected, and how we stay not feeling alone in whatever season that you're in. That is how we form a community, is sharing stories. And you guys are my community. So I definitely am still going to be sharing stories. So the premise and the values of this podcast are still 100% the same. I just wanted to gear it and shift it a little bit to talking about perimenopause and menopause to try to help you if you're in this season. I mean, honestly, this season is like, it can start as early as 35. I know I started when I was in my early 40s and I had no idea what was going on at all. And I wish I could have had some of this information, right? I wish I could have had information to help me. So, the journey of my 40s is what led me to creating this podcast in the beginning. And it led me to this business I have of helping women. I just didn't know how much of that was wrapped up and caused by perimenopause. So, as always, I am here to help and share my story and bring on people who can help you. And then I named this SOAR season for a few reasons. So, SOAR is also my word of the year. I don't know if you do this, but every year I pick a word of the year for me to keep me like focused, to keep me grounded in how I want this year to go, who I want to be. I'm leaning forward. If you can see me on the video, if you're watching YouTube for some reason, I'm leaning forward because I don't know how well this microphone works. It's not my normal one. So if I seem like, whoo, that's why. Anyways, last year my word was B. I want to kind of just stop taking classes, stop paying for coaches, stop doubting myself, and just be. And I will say that worked very nicely for me. I tried to keep that in mind while I was creating content, like content that was just like about me and how I was feeling and what I was going through. Hopefully that would resonate with people. I tried to keep that in mind when I was sharing stories here on the podcast, like what was really happening to me right then, so that I could kind of share that with you all. Again, hoping that it resonates and helps you. I was trying to do that in my day-to-day life, right? Like be me and be more present, be more grateful, just be. Sometimes they're so wrapped up in like being a mom, being a teacher, being this and that, a wife. Like you are so many things in your life. You have so many hats and so many roles. Sometimes it's nice to just sit there and take a breath and be. So that was my word for last year. And I think my body really needed that. My mind needed that. My soul did, just to be able to relax a little bit and be trust in myself. That's a huge one. Like just feel worthy enough to trust in myself. Like what I'm feeling is really what is for me. What is happening to me is me. And that word be just kept me going back there and keep grounding in me. I have a vision board. You can see it if you're watching in the back. I'll point. If you're watching on YouTube, I have a vision board that I do every year. I put the word up there. I put the word on the board in front of me. I put the word on my phone. I put the word in a lot of places as a reminder. just be. So that was last year. And the universe brought to me in a perfect way incorporate like how to incorporate being me into my business and in my life. And one of the great ways the universe did that, like I was not looking for it. I'm like, I'm not really gonna rely heavy on business. I would like to do some Reiki because I always want to do Reiki. Um, but like my business, I'm gonna see what happens. I'm just gonna put it out there and let the universe take over. And what the universe threw at me was Arbonne. And because, and Arbonne just like fit into this so perfectly because I am not like, I get to be who I really truly am and help women while being me. And then Arbonne, without me even knowing it, gave me the coaching. So I didn't have to pay for the coaches. Now I'm getting the coaching for free. Now I'm getting the classes and now I'm getting the community all for free. So when I sat back and said, Universe, I'm going to be me, the universe said, great idea. Here, when you are just you, things come to me. Things come to you. Abundance comes to you. Here is the coaching, the classes, and the community for free for you. So it's truly, truly amazing how the universe works, and I'm so grateful for it. Um, so as talking about my, I'll show you the picture again of my of my vision board and what I do. I put up there images, but I also put up words and I put up mantras of what I want to do for the next year. And this is for my life in general. This is for my family, my business, my finances, and myself. Like, how am I going to take care of myself? And I put those images and those words and those mantras up on the board. And so as I was making mine, I was reflecting and I realized that I had so many amazing things in my life. That's why it's such a nice way to reflect. Like I update my vision board at least two, if not three or four times a year, because it really gives you that time to sit back and reflect. And when you're like, wow, this was on my vision board and these are all the things I've already hit, it just makes you so grateful. So I really recommend doing it more than once a year. Don't just wait for the new year. Just like do it whenever it speaks to you. So I was realizing how many amazing things I had in my life. And I was realizing that what I was putting on my board this year was pretty different than every other year. I still have goals and wants because that's who I am. I am a goal person, human design. I'm a generator. When something lights me up, I like to go, go, go. But my goals and wants felt a little different this year. They actually felt less demanding, less frenzied, maybe less intense as I'm trying to search for the right word. So I started reflecting on why that was. And I was listening to podcasts because I love podcasts about vision boards, and they were very like focused and steps and like very busy. Like, this is how you do it, boom, boom, boom. And they were saying, these are some things that are great to put on your board, for example. So they're saying a morning routine. Well, I'm like, well, I have a really, really good morning routine that I've been doing for a couple years and kind of refining it. I get up in the morning, I stretch, I hop on the treadmill for 10 minutes. I get ready for work. I do my three things I am grateful for, three things I'm excited about, three things I'm manifesting. I do a well wish. I stand in front of my vision board. I take a deep breath with you all. If you follow me on social media, Instagram, TikTok, anything like that, I take a breath with you all in the morning. And then I turn around to my vision board and I do Reiki for about 5 minutes to myself every single morning just to kind of ground myself, see how my body's feeling, align my energy, all of that good stuff. So I love my morning routine. I do all of that, and besides getting ready and out the door in 10 minutes, 10 minutes, I wish, in an hour. So 1 hour, I do all my morning routines. And it doesn't feel overwhelming and it feels right for me. Like everybody's different, but that's what feels right to me. So, morning routine, I got one, check, right? Um, they were thinking more exercise to get your steps in. I got it. I actually really love exercising. I will say that this last week when I've been home, cuddled on the couch with a new puppy, it's hard. But as soon as I do it, I know I feel so much better. my energy level rises, my serotonin rises, I am happier person. Like that exercise part I got down. The steps I got down. I looked and I made 10,000 steps average every single month, except for I think two last year. And that was, I think February was one of them. February is hard, right? It's dark and it's hard, but this year my goal is to do that every single month because since February I have been. So there's that. Um, so I got it, right? I got it. I don't actually have to put that on my vision board because I'm doing it. They're like, we want to be more present with my family. I've definitely been working at that, like putting my phone away, hanging out with my family, doing things, creating time to be with them, whether it's a vacation or here at home. They want to go higher in their business. I definitely feel like I'm doing that. Like I am in a really good spot with my teaching business. I feel like as a teacher, I shifted schools and I'm loving the energy of this new school. I am around high energy people that I really, really appreciate, and that makes it so much easier. I have my own office, which makes it so much easier. So I feel like that's going really good. And then with Arbonne, I mean, I really only started the very last week of June, and I'm already qualifying for area manager. So that's like two rises up. Like, yeah, my business is doing it. I still have goals, obviously, but I'm doing it. So, as I reflected, I really had to give myself credit for all the work I have put in because I'm actually doing really good, right? Like, I have a lot of things in place that are going really, really well for me and have really changed my life and made my life better. It's made it steadier, more grounded, happier, more focused. Like, I really feel like I'm in a good, good place. And I don't say that to brag, but I say that because we all can get there. We can all be me. I'm not doing anything that's super hard. I'm not doing anything complicated. I'm just doing a few basic things that have really put me in a really, really good spot. So, anyways, I totally get what they were saying on that podcast because I think those are great things to put on your vision board. I have been putting on those on my vision board for years. And now I'm here. So when I sat with all that, I knew it was because I've learned so much in the last 10 years. And I've learned so much about like regulating myself and my nervous system. I've learned so much about how to work efficiently, how to prioritize, how to make the life I want be easier. And when I look around, I have created so much flow and ease while having the life I want. Um, If you don't know, I used to bartend. I have been in the restaurant business since I was 15 and got my first busing job. I have washed dishes, I have served, I have been managers of restaurants, I have bartended, you name it in the restaurant position other than cooking, because that's not my forte. Um, I have had every single job in the restaurant business, and there's parts of me that loved it, and it's parts of me that like really, really burned me out. But that money was good, right? That money helped so much. So I have tried several different things to ease away from that. I stopped completely being in the restaurant business when COVID hit. Like all the restaurants shut down. So I didn't have that job, and I'm like, going to take this as my sign to step away and not go back. But to do that, I really needed some additional income. So I've been looking for little ways to do it. And when I stepped into Arbonne, I was like, oh, this is such a great way to do it that I get to do things on my time. So again, like creating flow and ease in my life, in my business, while having the life that I want. So definitely like grateful over overload, if I can talk, for sure. Like I'm just so grateful of everything that I have, and I know that a lot of that has to do with me and making myself a priority and making myself learn what I need to do, take the small steps I need to take in order to make this life how I want it. I will also say that this has to do with having kids that are older and more independent for sure. It is a lot easier. I mean, they both have cars, they both have their licenses. One is in college and barely living at home. One, works a lot. So that definitely makes it easier. But I did start this 10 years ago when they were not at that stage. And I've definitely worked my way there. So it also has to do with my age, again, and the life lessons I've learned, not just went through, because there's a difference between going through something and going through things and learning. Like I could have gone through my early 40s when perimenopause was hitting me hard and I had no idea. And I could have just been like, oh, this is the way life is. This is how it's going to go. There's a difference of going through a hard situation, difficult situations, and going through it and learning. And I'm a learner. I want to know, what can I take from this? What can I take from even like back in the day, like before I met Trevor, if I had a breakup, what can I learn from this breakup about me and my priorities and where I want to go? If, I applied for a job and I didn't get it, what can I learn from that? What can I try harder? So my 40s hit me really hard and I learned a lot. I mean, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm sharing. That's why I have my business because I learned from it and I wanted to share what I learned. So I have been working really hard my whole life at work, on myself, on my life. And so this is the part where the soar comes from, the word soar season. And so another part of this soar, and it's gonna make a full circle, I promise. Another part of soar is this is what I was told, and sorry if this is too woo-woo for you, but I'm definitely that kind of person. I was told that my spirit animal was a hawk, and a hawk represents, various things, is a symbol for various things, but it does symbolize like balance, the need for balance in life between work and rest. And I know like a big thing I hear right now is like balance is not a thing. Balance is like a balance beam, right? For me, this is how it is. No, it's not always level. Sometimes there's highs, sometimes there's lows. But being able to find that balance between the highs and lows is what I personally need. I personally need that. I know there's going to be highs, I know there's going to be lows, but I know how to find that balance in between, even if it's just taking some breaths, even if it's just taking some time to regulate my nervous system. That balance is what I need. And the balance between work and rest. Like I know sometimes when I listen to my body, I need to rest. And so I rest. Sometimes I feel energetic and ready to go. I need to work, right? Another symbol that the hawk represents is like wisdom. So they are seen as like positive symbols representing wisdom and ability to see beyond the surface. And I feel that too. I feel that like I'm going to be 50 this year. I got a little age. I got a little wisdom under my belt. I have learned a lot. So I have some wisdom. I can see below that surface level of what can be done and what could be done. It also represents, the hawk represents like a heightened awareness. So clarity, ability to observe, and I felt like that too. Like I just feel like, yeah, I have insight now. I have some clarity. I have some balance. I have those things. I'm going to turn 50. I have those things. And I know I'm going to learn a lot more and I can't wait because that's me. But that sounds good to me. Another reason this SOAR came to me is in the Arbonne business. When you rank higher and higher, you actually create a community. So I started as an independent consultant. I moved to district manager. I am trying right now for area manager. And then when you get to the next level, two more levels up, then you have like your nation is what they call it, or you just have this community under it and you get to name it. So my thought was to call my community Soar Nation. It's kind of inspiring. It's kind of like it kind of fit into the theme of what I was thinking of. And lastly, when I looked up SOAR, it meant that yes, you are high up, right? You are definitely at a higher level. You're a higher position. You are higher in the sky. but it also means to fly or sail or hover in the air, like to glide, to fly without the engine power, but you also don't lose altitude. So soaring means you are up there in the sky, you aren't flapping your wings like crazy, you are gliding, but you're also not going down. And that really resonated with me. I like that feeling of not having to flap so hard. I have flapped my wings really, really hard for a long time. I'd like to flap not quite so hard and still soar and be higher in the air. So I took my feelings about the word of the year, my vision board, my spirit animal, the definitions of soar, and I just felt like so aligned with it. Like this is my why, right? I feel like I'm at a place at the moment and things can always change. Don't we know it? But right now in this moment, I feel like I'm at a place where I have learned and experienced so much that I am ready to soar high and without all the flapping, with more ease, by being me and by using what I know, putting lessons into practice. And I think that's one amazing thing about putting the work in. Because now, as I'm going to turn 50 this year, I know what I can do. I have more belief in myself, and I have some systems put into place to I'll keep me there and keep me balanced and keep me soaring. So don't get me wrong, also, I want really big things. I have really big goals. That is who I am as a person. I want to be stronger. I am going to be, right? I don't want to say want because these are things that are going to happen. I will be stronger. I will be an area manager. I will pay off my debt. I will be healthier and happier. Those are my big goals because goals do keep you moving forward. They keep you motivated. They keep you learning. They keep you focused. And I have really big goals, and I feel like this is my season to soar. So just being able to go higher without me not flapping like crazy. And what I really want to do through this podcast, through my business, through our bond, through it, Reiki, through it all, is to help you soar as well. So this is the reasoning behind the name change. And really, if you are ready to soar, as always, please grab my hand. Together we can soar in this season. Right now, I have a couple things that I can offer you. One, I have a free Reiki session. It is just a couple episodes back, one episode back, actually. So go back and listen to that. It's a Reiki session to help you align your energy for 2026. It also has a practice in there where you create a story, a moment in your mind, because your mind, if you think things over and over again, it can't tell if it actually happened or if it's something that you made up, which is why we come down so hard on ourselves sometimes, but that's a whole other podcast. But this one makes you like create a moment that you want to be in and play it over and over and over again in your head so that your mind is like, oh, yes, this has happened and it will happen and it can happen. So that is in the Reiki session. So please go one episode back, listen to that. It's my gift to you. I also have a workbook slash journal that talks about your standards for 2026 and setting them up and really walks you through like what went well last year, what you could have changed, how you want to step into 2026, what you want your non-negotiables to be, like all the things. It's a free workbook. So if you want that, just reply back to me. You can do it on my socials. You can do it on this podcast. Just write back to me. Let me know. And I'm so excited for this. So if you have a moment and this resonated with you at all, if it reminds you of a friend or something a friend could, I have a ask, a really big ask. I want to give as much as I can. I want to give in this podcast, the Reiki sessions, the journals. I want to give as much as I can. But I do have one ask. I would absolutely love it if you went below and you gave me a 5-star rating. If you gave me a review, that would be amazing. That really just helps me help more people. And that's what I'm looking for. And share this with somebody who's like, you know what, I think they're ready to soar or they're going through this too. They could use some motivation. I would be so appreciative if you did all of that. So this is my source season. I want it to be your source season too. Together we can do that. I have amazing, amazing people lined up to talk to you, and I'm just super excited. Absolutely. All right, as always, I love you guys. Choose yourself. Let's soar. Thank you.